Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this week's Spotlight session. We have Michael Ramos of America's Home Warranty on today. He's going to educate us and teach us all about home warranties and things like that. So without further ado, I'll let Michael take it away. It's all yours.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Hey guys, my name's Michael Ramos, area sales manager for America's Preferred Home Warranty. Um, I've been doing home warranties for about 10 years. I was explaining to Lawrence that I used to work with American Home Shield for a while, but I moved over to this company about 3 years ago. And the biggest difference between my company now and basically every other company is that we allow the homeowner to choose their own licensed contractor for all covered repairs. Most warranty companies just mandate who you have to use. And that could be someone that's an hour away from the house and, their voicemail's full and that type of thing. So it's a game changer when the homeowners can pick their own contractor. We do have ones we could recommend that we've worked with, or they can check with their realtor. Does anyone on this call have any experience with a home warranty at all? Just yell it out if you have. No one?
I have a choice home warranty.
You have a choice home warranty
Yeah,
on your own home?
on my home. Yeah.
Okay, great. How's it going? Do you like it?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
What didn't you like? Well, if you had a problem, what was
And for everything they say, look at the fine print. Even they say they will come and they say, look at the fine print. I don't have time to look at the fine print.
it? Our fine print is actually in bold print. So we actually make it big so you really can't miss what's covered and what's not covered. Um, and I understand there is sometimes a perception of home warranties. Well, they don't cover anything, and look, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Um, the main thing is that we cover due to mechanical failure from normal wear and tear. So it could be something that is just at the end of its useful life, and it broke down. People are buying homes right now and paying a lot of money and waiving inspections and just want to get in the home. It's risky to get in there that first year and not have any type of protection. So we have an acronym to remember what a warranty actually covers. Everything in our business is an acronym. So we use the word peach, like fruit. It's kind of corny, but you'll remember it. And it stands for plumbing, electric, appliances. So you got plumbing, electric, appliances, cooling, heating. Peach, plumbing, electric, appliance, cooling, heating. That is 95% of what any warranty company covers. Easy to remember, right? And just a little bit about myself. I've been doing this 10 years, but I also come from a real estate background as well. I live in Union County, New Jersey, but I cover, a big part of the state. But my family owns a small family real estate business called Ramos Real Estate, same last name. Back in the 80s, my dad was a truck driver and 18-wheeler and did real estate part-time. And my mom was a secretary. And one day they sat me and my brother down. We were like teenagers in the 80s, and it was all serious and everything. And they said, listen, we have some news for you boys. We quit our jobs. We're like, wow, okay. And they're opening up Ramos Real Estate. So they did, and it's still there to this day. My brother Tom Ramos runs it. And I've seen, all the crazy things that realtors have to deal with in your job, just all kinds of crazy scenarios. And my mother was a great realtor. Everyone loved her. They would buy her a gift after the closing. And you know, but they would still call her like 3 months after the closing and be like, "Hey, Diane, how are you? Yeah, our refrigerator broke." And I'm like, "Mom, why are they calling you? Like, you sold them the house, months ago. What are they calling you for?" And then someone else would call and their air conditioning broke. And I said, "Mom, this is crazy. It's not your responsibility." And I never forget what she said to me. She said, "Michael, it's not my fault, but it's always my problem." Right? Not my fault, but always my problem. Everybody wants to blame the realtor for whatever goes wrong, right? I'm sure you guys have experienced that. So, another thing that's tough being a realtor is it's hard to distinguish yourself from the competition, right? There's so much competition out there. There's so many realtors in every town, on every block. So many realtors, you go for a market analysis and they call in, a couple other realtors, and the seller asks you, "Hey, what can you do differently than every other realtor?" Because a lot of people think all realtors are the same. Oh, one's no different than another. The home warranty is a way for you to get an edge over the competition, and bring more value to the table than a lot of your competition. Me and Lawrence were talking before we started this call, and I said to him, in the Northeast, like in New Jersey, New York, the warranties are not really used to their full potential. And Lawrence said, "Why do I think that is?" Well, one reason is people are cynical in this part of the country, right? Changing things and doing things different isn't always easy. But the other big part is when you get your license in New Jersey for your real estate license, they don't mention a home warranty ever, right? You go through all these classes, all these trainings, all these tests. They never, ever, ever mention what a home warranty is. So other states, when you get your license, they talk about a home warranty, how it's a benefit for sellers and buyers. So anyway, it's a good opportunity for you to have an edge. You all have a mortgage person, you have a title person, you have lawyers. You should have home warranty on speed dial, just like the rest of them. The peach, the plumbing, electric, appliance, cooling, heating, those are all the mechanicals in a house. And according to NAR, the Real Estate Association, if you're selling a used home, not new construction, there's almost a 75% chance that there's going to be a major mechanical failure within the first year, right? And if you think about it, if you're selling a used house, it's like selling a used car, right? Pre-owned, pre-certified car is no different than a pre-owned, pre-certified house. Same exact thing. Someone else owned it. Someone certified it, said it was good. They were living there. Sometimes there's a home inspection. Your buyers do not know, in most cases, that a warranty is even available to them. They probably don't even know what it is, right? So it's a great opportunity for you to bring something different to the table. Most warranties that we get happen after the home inspection, and the home inspector will say, all these things are working, but they're at the end of their useful life. Prepare to replace. And then a buyer says, "Hey, wait a minute, the house, the dollar amount I agreed to pay, now I'm getting cold feet and I'm not so sure about it." It's a perfect opportunity to say, "Hey, let's get a home warranty." The home warranty, it's designed to give peace of mind, right? Transactions, real estate transactions, whether selling or buying, can be very stressful, very emotional. Every little bit of peace of mind that you can bring to the table as a realtor is going to go a long way, right? And not just for that transaction, but for transactions in the future as well. Does anybody have any questions real quick? I just want to ask if anyone's got any questions at this point. Nobody?
I do.
What do you got?
Of course. How do we, what's like a good way for us to inform our clients the importance of having a home warranty?
So, you know, I guess the easiest way is, so what happens with a warranty is, am I able to share my screen?
Yes,
Can I do that?
yes.
Let me just try it real quick so I can pull this up. Oh, hang on. Okay, cool. You guys, oh, hang on a second. Sorry about that.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, there you go. Okay. You can see this brochure, right?
Yes.
So let me just scroll to the prices. For the first year on a home warranty, we offer a really low introductory price. So you could, everybody sees the $499. That's a single family plan for the full year for the buyer, right? $499. There's no sales tax. So these prices are if you're selling or buying a home. This is not for someone who's already living in their home, right? So if the peach that we cover is, it says buyer coverage plans. You see this red box, covered item standard. It starts with attic and exhaust, and it goes all the way down. This is the peach that we cover. If someone's buying a home and it's a used home, they can take a very low introductory price of $499. Telling a buyer, hey, look, the house you're buying, it's a beautiful house, it's in great shape. But the reality is it's a used house. It's not brand new, right? So for at least for the first year, to give you some peace of mind in the event of an unexpected failure, the warranty is designed to offset the cost of unexpected repairs. And you can say that a lot, offset the cost of unexpected repairs. So, to answer your question, Lawrence, you're buying, a home, it's new to you, but it's a used home. The warranty, Mr. Buyer, will give you some peace of mind, at least for the first year. In the event something unexpectedly breaks, this will help offset the cost. For example, I went to the dentist the other day. It was what was it, $1,100. My insurance covered $600, right? I mean, I wanted them to cover more, of course, but that's what they covered. So if you're a first-time home buyer, it's a used home, you want to protect yourself that first year, help offset the cost if something unexpectedly breaks. You can always say to a buyer, hey, look, if you were buying a used car and it didn't come with a warranty, you probably wouldn't buy it. If you narrowed it down to two cars and one came with a warranty and one didn't, you'd be very hesitant to buy it. Same thing with a used house, protect yourself. Does that make sense, Lawrence?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Right? Your buyers don't even know this is available. Most buyers do not know that this is available. So
yeah, I didn't even
soon
know
as
like it covered, as much stuff as that you have here. Actually, I didn't know, what a home warranty actually really covered, but this is actually very insightful.
it is, and your clients, soon as you bring this up, most of them are going to think, most of them are going to say, I already have homeowners insurance, right? They're going to say, well, I already have homeowners insurance. I don't need this. But this is not homeowners insurance. Homeowners insurance is, it's thousands of dollars. You have to have it. And you hardly ever use it. If there's a flood or a fire or somebody drives their car through your house, but you still have to have it. The home warranty is obviously the peach that we discussed, but it's not like if something breaks, it's more of like when, eventually your air conditioning is going to break down in the summer, right? It happens if you own a home. You know, eventually your refrigerator is going to stop working. You know, you're going to come home and one of your appliances is going to have water underneath it. So people, you know, people like to buy a home that someone's standing behind it, right? Once that deal closes and they hand over the key at the closing, they're not totally stuck on their own. We do have an upgrade right next to it, buyer preferred upgrade. It's an additional $199. It has a lot of bells and whistles. It's definitely worth considering the upgrade. And then just to scroll back up to the prices here, the $499 is a single family basic warranty. If you look to the right, we do condos. It's a little bit lower price. We do multifamilies, 2 families, 3 families, 4 families. Obviously, the prices go up. So this is mostly, you know, for buyers, but we also have coverage for the seller. Okay, down here in the bottom, it says seller coverage plans, covered item standard in red, starts with list secure, and it goes down to water heater. These items are to cover the seller. Okay, it's mostly plumbing and electric. So the way the warranties work is we don't get paid anything ever up front. You never pay for the warranty up front. You only pay for the warranty. It only gets paid for if and when the property closes. If the property doesn't close for whatever reason, we don't get paid, you know, our premium. We don't get anything. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. So with that being said, a lot of agents are using the warranty to win listings. You could go on a listing appointment and you could say to the seller, you know, something that I do that's different than the competition is I like to include a warranty to give additional peace of mind. It'll actually cover the seller while the house is for sale. So if you took a listing today, you can go online and register the warranty, put in your seller's name, phone number, email, hit submit. Your seller will actually have coverage starting today, even though you haven't paid us anything. And we'll cover the seller from now until the day it closes. Once it closes, it automatically transfers to the buyer. And these are the buyer coverages. Then that's when we get paid our, you know, $500-$600, whatever plan it is. So it starts with the seller, it protects the seller, and then it transfers over to the buyer. So I just had one actually yesterday. It was a townhouse. They put it on the market maybe 10 days ago for sale. The homeowner called the, you know, listing agent in a panic because they had a plumbing leak and it was coming from like the top floor, but it was running like through the walls of the house into like the basement. So they're like freaking out, you know, cancel the showings. Nobody wants to, you know, show a house when you got water flowing through it. They called us. They started to claim. You have to call us first. We let them get their own contractor. The contractor came out. He charged $1,300 and we covered $1,000 of it. Now, this is for a seller. So you haven't been paid yet. We haven't been paid yet. But yet we paid out $1,000. When it closes, it'll transfer to the buyer and then we'll get paid our $500, right? If it doesn't close, like let's say they decide not to sell or there's a job transfer, you know, falls through. If that happens and we already paid out the $1,000, we're still out of luck. We still don't get paid. If it doesn't close, we don't get paid. So there's potentially, you know, we have some liability that there's a chance we could pay out on a claim and then never get paid the premium if it doesn't close. That's a risk that we're willing to take. That may sound too good to be true when you first hear it. And there is limitations. So during the listing period, the maximum that we will pay out, this is just for the seller, nothing to do with the buyer. But the maximum we'll pay out during the listing period is $1,000. So they could have a plumbing claim for $500. They may have an electrical problem 2 weeks later for another 500. That's the most we'll pay out for a seller, because if it doesn't close, we don't get paid anything. If it does close, then you get paid, we get paid. It automatically transfers to the buyer. These, if you notice, this covered item standard, it's mostly plumbing and electric, but for $499, it starts with the seller and then it transfers to the buyer. So this seller coverage is complementary. Let's say you just have a buyer, you don't have a seller, and they want the warranty. It's $499 for the basic. So you can get seller and buyer for $499, or just the buyer for $499. Any questions on all that? There may be after that. It's a little confusing. Anybody got anything, just shout it out.
Tulika, I think you had your hand up before, right?
Yes, I had a question regarding, like, if you already closed with the buyer about a month ago, can we still get the same price as a new buyer?
So they have 30 days from the day of the closing to get these low introductory prices. Hey, how long has it been?
15 days.
Okay, yeah, they can still get it. Absolutely, they can. You can reach out to me outside of here, and I'll help you with it. Yeah, they have 30 days after the closing. And when the closing, the day it closes, the coverage starts for the buyer right away. There's not like a waiting period. So, and I'm sorry, any other questions on any of this?
Does the plumbing include pool plumbing?
The pool?
Yes, plumbing.
So good question. Over here on the right bottom corner in the red, buyer optional coverages. The buyer can add additional items such as the in-ground pool, spa, additional refrigerators, etc. So it's an add-on, and it's only for the buyers. Any other questions on that? The seller coverage, it's interesting because I'd say less than 5% of agents in New Jersey understand the seller's coverage. My brother's a broker, and I finally got him to understand it. And if you go on a listing, you can include the warranty as part of your services. Like, hey, if you list with me, here's something I do that's different. I include a warranty. It'll give you some protection while your home is for sale. But more importantly, Mr. Buyer, or Mr. Seller, the buyers, appreciate buying a home that has a warranty, because it gives them some peace of mind. It's going to make it easier for me to sell your home at a higher price with the least amount of, aggravation. At that point, you've seen the house and which items may be older, and you say, look, these are the things that are going to come up, that buyers are going to, bring up when they want to, come up with a price for your home. And I use the warranty to, stick to the price that we're at. Like, I priced the home accordingly with the age of the systems, but we are giving a warranty. Buyers right now aren't really getting anything, but it just makes it easier, even on post-sale disputes, like, lawsuits after the fact. People move in, a couple things break, they want to, sue everybody. So it's good to avoid those type of things as well. Any questions, comments on any of that?
Do you have prices for homeowners?
For people that are already living there?
Yes.
You have to call the 1-800 number. I personally don't handle those, but to give you like a rough idea, this $499, it's probably around $650. It's about $150 more for someone, maybe $200. It depends. Sometimes that changes a little bit, and they can also pay it monthly if you're already living in your home. And you can do up to 2 years on our warranty at the time of closing, you can do up to 2 years at the discounted price. After the 2 years or 1 year, we are going to reach out to the homeowners for renewals. That's a big thing. You can see by the prices here, we're not going to make much money on just signing people up. We need the people to keep the warranty to make a profit. And a lot of them do. 50% of the people will keep it at least 1 year or 2 years. We've also added something recently, right here, personal identity and home title protections. You guys have heard of LifeLock. It's the same thing, especially people are buying a house, their financials are being, sent all over the internet. And, there's a lot of people out there trying to steal your identity. People can refinance your home while you're living in it. It's crazy what some of these people could do. So we're offering those type of protections for our plan that costs $650 down here, $650, 1 year. It covers the warranty, but it also gives the LifeLock protection for buyers. For anyone that lives in the house, including children, can have the protection, not just the one buyer. So like agents, we're trying to add more value to our services to be different from the competition, and that's another way that we do it. Any other comments, questions? No? We
Anyone else have
recently
any questions? I'm good. I actually learned a lot
I
today.
do
This
have a
was
question,
actually
Lawrence.
very
I'm sorry.
insightful. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Paul. I closed on my home last March, and much to our chagrin, we discovered that the home warranty expired 30 days later. And of course, nothing was going to be wrong with the home. However, so we thought, the day after closing, one of the pipes burst in the vanity in the master bedroom. So we just went ahead and took care of it out of pocket. But in terms of, there are some other issues that are going on now with the HVAC, AC, support, and so on. So with your service, could we purchase, even though we've already closed on our home, could we purchase a home warranty from your company or no?
No, we'll always sell someone a warranty, no matter what, at any time.
Okay.
But the thing is, we won't cover any pre-existing conditions.
Okay.
So, when the warranty starts, we assume that everything's working to its
Got it.
ability. If someone like you who's been living in their home wanted a warranty, whether you had things that are already broken or not, if you called in today, you can start the warranty, but there's a 30-day waiting period. That's for people that are already living in their home, like your example. That's not for people that are selling or buying a home. So it's a little bit higher price. There's a 30-day waiting period. Anything that's pre-existing, we won't cover. How do we know it was pre-existing? I mean, technically we don't, but when the contractor goes out there and he calls us, we basically ask him, hey, look, in your professional opinion, did this just happen, or does it look like it hasn't worked in months? So that's kind of what we go by. If anybody does have questions about the warranty and it's not a new transaction, you can call our 1-800 number and they'll help you out. All our calls are answered 24/7. We pick up the phone. Let me give you guys my contact info. I don't have it on the screen, but I'll just tell it to you guys if that's okay.
Yeah, or you can just write it in the chat.
Oh, yeah. What am I thinking? Where'd I go with the chat? Good idea.
Mhm.
All right. My cell phone. Any other questions while we're finishing up here?
Um,
Oh, I forgot my.
I don't. I'm pretty good with all this. This is actually very good because I had no idea about all this stuff. So this is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's information you guys have no idea, right? It's valuable information. Do you guys think this would help you?
I think so, definitely. I can use this as an option now. Now that I know a little bit more about it, I can, more freely talk about it because it was something that, I wasn't really educated on or had enough information on. to actually, feel confident speaking to my clients about it. But now that I know, how this all works, this actually helps out a lot.
And you don't have to be an expert, right?
Right.
You could send them to me, you could send them to my company, they can call me, they can call our 1-800 number. And just a couple things to remember, because it's like all this stuff's thrown out. You don't really need to know everything we just talked about, or remember, I should say. All that you really want to remember is the word peach, right? You guys remember what that stands for, right? Plumbing, electric, appliance, cooling, heating. So if you remember peach, you remember peace of mind. Peach, peace of mind, and the warranty is designed to offset the costs of unexpected repairs.
Got
Right?
it.
It's not designed to cover everything 100%. It's
Right.
designed
It's
to
just to offset.
the cost.
Right.
And it's
That
to
makes
give
sense.
peace of mind. So I love what you said, Lawrence. Like most agents tell me the same thing you said, that I never talked about it because I didn't really understand it. So they just leave it out of the conversation, when now it's something you can actually bring up. And most realtors aren't talking about it in this area. So, great opportunity for you guys.
Right. Definitely can set ourselves apart by being a little bit more informed and, passing all of that information to our clients. So this was good.
Absolutely. Anything else, guys? I appreciate all your time. Lawrence, will you be able to send me the names and emails of the people that joined us today?
Yes, I have that information. You all received an email from Michael regarding he'll send you out some more information about all this and making sure you guys have a line of communication with him as well. So we'll make sure we set that up with you.
All right. Well, great, guys. Listen, I think it was great. I appreciate it. Hopefully this is something that can help you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Awesome. This was great.
All right,
Thanks a
guys.
lot. We appreciate you coming on with us this morning. So this concludes another great fun-filled spotlight session with you guys. I hope you all found some great information and got some good education out of this. And we will see each other again around the office. So you guys have a great weekend, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye.